Welcome to this lesson on laboratory chemical test of ammonium salt and some properties of ammonia. Before we start the lesson, let me remind you that this lesson is going to teach you how to test the ammonium salts and some properties of ammonia. So you may ask yourself, what are the requirements to carry out these experiments? There is some chemicals that are needed. The first one, you should have ammonium salts. Here we have ammonium chloride. Here we should have also sodium hydroxide. This is a base. We should have hydrochloric acid, and also we should have acid-base indicator. Here we have red litmus paper and blue litmus paper. So now we are going to see some procedures. Different procedures that have to be followed in order to carry out this experiment effectively. So first of all, we are going to prepare a solution. Here should have a well cleaned conical flask. Now we have distilled water. Here we have sodium hydroxide. So by using spatula, here we have to take a small quantity of sodium hydroxide, and then you have to put in this conical flask, and then we have to add the water. Now we are preparing solution of sodium hydroxide. Then after we have to shake very well. So please have to remember that this conical flask help to shake. So the role of shaking is to make that sodium hydroxide period to be soluble. So now we are preparing solution. Of hydroxide. Please have to shake. You have to shake, and you should make sure that sodium hydroxide added there is well dissolved. So this is solution of sodium hydroxide preparing. Please, you have to make sure that sodium hydroxide is well dissolved. Now this solution is going to be added here. So please have to be carefully. So we are going to do two experiments at the same time. Reason why you have two setup of apparatus, and you have to add here. Please have to follow carefully the following procedures, because this is a laboratory practices. So please have to follow attentively. And then now this is sodium hydroxide solutions. Now we are going to add ammonium chloride. So remember that we have seen that the chemicals that you should have is sodium chloride or ammonium salt and sodium hydroxide. Now we are going to add this ammonium chloride to our solution. So we have seen that in the procedure we have to mix sodium hydroxide with the ammonium chloride. So please, you have to pay attention. You have to add carefully. And also in this one, this solution, we are going to add another ammonium chloride. So we have to be carefully. This is a mixture of ammonium chloride and sodium hydroxide. So you have to make sure that you have to. Now we have a mixture of ammonium chloride and sodium hydroxide, which is going to be slightly heated. Now, but before heating, now we are going to add, this is the hydrogen chloride that we are going to add in this test tube. So please, you have to be protected because this is a strong acid. So reason why in the laboratory you should be protected. So this is the hydrochloric acid. So this is a strong acid. So we are going to take small quantity of hydrochloric acid, and we are going to add in this test tube. We have seen that this is going to be used to test the presence of ammonia. So this is a fuming acid, and our acid has to be closed because this is a fuming acid. Now we have seen that you have to test solubility of the ammonia gas that is going to be evolved. So in this beaker is going to be added water, distilled water. We are going to see how ammonia dissolved in water. It means we are going to study solubility of ammonia. So this is water, distilled water. So before we start, first of all, we have to test the acidity or basicity of water, because after we are going to see how solution of ammonia, when ammonia is dissolved in water, so pH is going to change. So this is distilled water. Normally water is neutral, as we are seeing this litmus paper, red litmus paper remain red. Now we are going to use blue litmus paper. So when blue litmus paper is soaked in water, so it remains blue. So this indicates how water is neutral. Now, so this is for testing acidity or basicity of water, distilled water. Normally, distilled water is neutral. Now, this is solution of ammonium chloride and sodium hydroxide, which is going to be heated gently or slightly. So now we should have a source of heat. We may have Bunsen burner or we may have stove. So now what we have is the stove. We are going to light on this stove because our solution is going to be heated gently. Now, so now we are heating this solution gently, and please you have to regulate this stove because we have seen that you have to heat gently. Have to heat gently, and remember that here we should have hydrochloric acid, but when you are going to take hydrochloric acid, you should be protected by wearing these gloves. So here, because this acid is fuming and gas evolved from this acid is going to be right in contact with the ammonia evolving there. So please try to follow attentively. So this experiment is very, very helpful. We are going to see how ammonia, when it allowed to be in contact with fuming hydrochloric acid, please try to see the observation here. So as we are seeing there, that is the fuming gas. So this indicates or show how ammonia can be tested, or ammonium salt can be tested. So when it is allowed to be in contact with the fuming hydrochloric acid, there is a fuming gas. So I think you have seen the observation here. This is the first experiment showing that when ammonium chloride and sodium hydroxide solution is heated gently, there is a release of ammonia. So the presence of ammonia released from this solution is indicated by the white fume produced or seen while that ammonia let in contact to fuming hydrochloric acid. The following, we are going to see gas, how this gas, the evolved gas, is going to turn litmus paper. So litmus paper is the acid-base indicator. This is a red litmus paper. First of all, this litmus paper have to be soaked in distilled water. So now we are going to see how gas here is going to change this red litmus paper. Wonderful. As we are seeing, red litmus paper turns blue. This is indication, or this indicates that gas that is evolving there is the base. So let us see another experiment. Secondly, let me remind you that the ammonia that is going to be evolved, we are going to see solubility of ammonia in water. So now we are going to add water in this test tube. This is distilled water. So ammonia gas is going to be bubbled through this distilled water. Please try to follow here. We are going to see how. So as we are seeing here, there is a gas. Thank you very much. As we are seeing here, ammonia is bubbled through water. Ammonia is bubbled through water. Please try to see there. Ammonia is bubbled through water. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we have seen that ammonia evolved here. This is the solution of ammonium chloride and sodium hydroxide heated gently, and gas evolved here is allowed to bubble or to be bubbled through distilled water. So now we are going to see, as we are seeing, the ammonia is soluble in water. So now we are going to see when ammonia is allowed to be dissolved in water, the solution, we are going to see effect of solution obtained on acid-base indicator. Please, this is let us use this red litmus paper. We are going to see if this solution is acidic or base. So please try to see here. Please try to follow here. So we are going to see how this indicator is going to turn from red to blue. Thank you very much. As we are seeing, red litmus paper turns to blue. What does it mean? It means that the solution here is basic. It means ammonia is soluble in water and the solution formed is basic. So please, I think this reflects to the property of ammonia in terms of solubility and how it can turn red litmus paper to blue, showing that solution formed is base. Now we are going to write what is happening there. So we have seen that ammonia is allowed to be in contact with the fuming hydrochloric acid. Observation, we have seen white fume. White fume of what? It means here we have ammonia reacting with the hydrochloric acid to form ammonium chloride. This is a white fume. This is observation that we have seen, showing that gas evolved from our experiment is the ammonia. The observation is the white fume indicating the formation of ammonium chloride. For the second one, ammonia evolved from our experiment was allowed to be in contact with the water or is bubbled through distilled water, and the observation was that ammonia is soluble in water. Secondly, we have seen that the ammonia in water, it means plus water, this form ammonium hydroxide, which is base. This ammonium hydroxide turns red litmus paper to blue. This shows that ammonium hydroxide formed is the base. This is the basic solution. Thank you very much. We have seen the purpose for this experiment was to teach how to test the ammonium chlorides, and we have seen that we should have ammonium salts and sodium hydroxide as a reagent. And you have seen that the observation is white fume of ammonium chloride formed when ammonia gas evolved is allowed to be in contact with fuming hydrochloric acid. And you have seen that this experiment wants to teach solubility of ammonia. So we have seen that ammonia is soluble in water. We have seen that ammonia is soluble in water, and we have seen that the solution formed is basic. So I think these experiments can help you to understand laboratory activities. Thank you very much for your kind attention.